All right, time for an incredibly short game that is mostly RNG. Of course, that being simple board games. Two players probably gives me the best chance to win, right? Have to make a computer. I don't think it's very fair to make the computer another playable character. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Could have been worse. Alright, I can only move here. Oh, but that's better than what he got, so it's good. But yeah, the Game Boy Advance, I forgot the timer. There we go. Dude, okay, it's only up or down. It's not, depending on the direction the board is going. So instead of holding left there, it was just all up. Alright, a slight boost ahead. But yeah, the Game Boy Advance had a couple of these board game packs that are just simple board game collections. And so, how do you beat a board game collection? You just win at all the board games. This one's definitely the simplest of them, as far as I know. I need to look into the others, because as a kid, I only had this one, the Candyland Chutes and Ladders Memory. And then I also had Life Yahtzee Payday, which that one should also be really short. I just need to learn how to play Payday, because I've never known how to actually play Payday. I know how to play Life, I know how to play Yahtzee. I have no idea how to play Payday. And then there were some other collections that I never had growing up. Like, one of them's like... I forget what the games are. I think Battlefield is one of them. By Battlefield, I mean Battleship. There's... One of them's got Simon on it, one might have Connect 4. I forget what the others are. But I at least know I can do this one because, I mean, let's be real. Candyland and Chutes and Ladders, they're pretty much just RNG games, especially when you don't... Well, Candyland's full RNG because you're just drawing cards. Chutes and Ladders maybe doesn't quite feel as much like RNG because you have the physical spinner. So depending on how you spin, maybe it can feel like there's a bit more player input. But since this is a video game version, all I'm doing is pressing A. It's gonna very much feel like I'm not. There's not much input on my part, it's just gonna feel like RNG. That was actually a very, very quick Candyland. I didn't even get any of the warps. I didn't remember Candyland being that short. 3 minutes? But yeah, Chutes and Ladders kind of going to be the same. Kind of just RNG. Chutes and Ladders is probably a lot longer, though. And that is the thing that can make this longer, potentially. If I lose, I do have to restart, because, in my opinion, it is going to be... You do have to win. Because that's the point of beating a game, is to win at the game. You can't lose a game and say you won. unless if the game allows you to do that to get to the end of the game, like Winnie the Pooh did. So if I lose that in any of these games, I would have to restart. But considering this is the most of the like board game collections, this one's definitely made for probably very little kids because it's got. I mean, Candyland is the most basic board game you can get. I doubt they make the CPUs that difficult. He is ahead of me though, but not that far. Would have been further ahead if he didn't go back down. At least though, memory will be not only very short, but that one's also a bit more involved. How quickly you beat Memory Match does depend on how well you play. And there's actual options you can choose. You are purposefully selecting the cards rather than just being given a random color or a random number. And that determining how the game goes. I hope I don't lose here, because with how long this has taken, it would have been better to have lost. If I had to lose on one, it would have been better to have lost on Candyland. So we almost got to the end right there. It either needs to be going down or I need to be going up. He's getting in between all of them. I'm getting just absolutely nothing. I guess it's not that much longer than Candyland, really. So far, it's been only like a minute longer. But, I mean, yeah, it's... Oh, do you have to spin the exact to win? I actually didn't know that. Well, of course he does the very next turn. Alright, so that's going to be a retry. Alright, good start, good start. But it really just comes down to you kind of mash A. Right? Because A not only stops your spinner, it also stops the other spinner. And it's not like it's going to really change the number I get. And honestly, this might actually make a lot of the other board game collections... Some of them could be easier than this one, because this is entirely RNG. There is nothing I can do to give myself better odds of winning. Whereas in a lot of other board games, I would be able to at least do something that would give me better odds of winning. And if you're dealing with CPUs, who knows that the CPU's gonna do that, you know? They probably aren't gonna make the best choices. But there's nothing I can do other than hope I roll a good number. To catch up at this point. Or and hope he rolls bad numbers. But again, even if this is gonna take a few tries, it's like 3 minutes per try. It's really not that bad. Definitely could be worse. Games. Oh, is this the really, really long one? Yep. That's all the way back to the beginning, pretty much. Well, he's very close to the end. Do I still have a chance to get the like really big ladder though? Well, it's not gonna matter if he gets a 1. Of course. I get the really big ladder to get very close to the end and then just still lose. Well then, attempt number 3. Maybe I need to pick a different CPU. Maybe this guy's just too good. That's a good start, but again, I've had really good starts every time, and then he just gets super lucky, and I get very unlucky. I hope there's not, like, some sort of mash prevention. I doubt it, but I hope it's not like if you mash too fast, you're guaranteed a bad number, and they're guaranteed a good number. But considering he just got 2 6s in a row, and I got 2 1s in a row, and then a 2, and then a 4. I don't know. Oh, well, he got a really, really, really bad turn, so probably not. But then I got a bad turn. Was that worse than his? No, his was worse. Every good move I get, he just gets a slightly better one. Alright, at least I got past that dangerous part, though. If I'd gotten a really good run, though, this would have been, I mean, legit less than a 15-minute game. But I'd have to win first try on both of them for that. Then he always gets that one. I'm gonna pick a different CPU. And I'm gonna play as that character. He can play as the unlucky guy, I'll play as the lucky guy. Oh wow. No, I guess it's just a CPU thing? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Candyland was not this bad. Candyland almost felt a little too easy, like the opponent wasn't getting like anything good. Then I'm not getting anything good this time. Yeah, at least he gets that one. Yes, he gets one of the worst shoots you can get, and that puts him where I am to just show how far behind I was. And I wasn't even getting slides, it was literally just low rolls. I guess slow spins, because I'm getting ones constantly. I don't know, I kind of thought this would be the quickest of these board game collections, but yeah, there's a chance the other ones actually would be quicker, because I don't know, I just feel like if you're playing against CPUs, a game made for children, that the CPUs aren't going to be that good. But there's no skill involved in this game, it's all random. So there's not really any counterplay I can do. I just have to hope he keeps going down and I keep going up. But it's still already almost at the end. I've never even seen the end of the board. I've never been that close. But RNG. It's all RNG. They can be that close to the end and I can just get the luckiest roll and win. Okay, memory. I mean, if there is one player, I don't think it matters. I'll do 72 cards, because why not? I'm not recognizing any of these. Well, there's one. Did see the frog somewhere. But I'll be honest, I've not actually been memorizing them much. Especially because I'm playing on a CRT, and that CRT is pretty far, so from the little image you get, it's actually a little hard to tell what each card is. Where was that other frog, though? Is it here? Yep. Maybe we shouldn't just be mashing random cards. Definitely could be doing a lot better, but oh well. Honestly, I should probably start actually trying instead of doing random. I know this guy's here. This guy was down here. Okay, red worm guy is somewhere over here, right? Oh no, that's a different, just a different dude. Well, there's the duck. That's a red bird, not a red worm. The banana somewhere around here? Well, the keys were, but must have been the same one I was already hitting. Oh, there's a hot dog. Definitely thought this was gonna take me a bit shorter, but I actually didn't remember how much there actually was to this game or how many tiles there were. If I'd done the smallest one, that would have obviously been a lot easier. Especially if I'd like actually pay attention to where all these cards are and where the matches are instead of just kind of flipping them over randomly. Alright, well, skateboard's over here. Alright, right there. And right there. There's the sun. Was the other cat up here? Yep. Oh, the spaceship's over here. Alright, now that we've narrowed it down, I can more easily remember where cards are based on what other cards are around it. Were the crayons here? Yep. Oh, the flower was in the corner. That was lucky. What was the other? The other bear was somewhere over here, wasn't it? Present is up there. Beach ball's very close to here, I think. Oh, was the rabbit next to each other the whole time? I just never checked. I don't know, I just started hitting him at random again. Need to start paying attention. Birds over here. Trains right there. So that's why I could never find the baseball cap. I didn't remember exactly which tile it was. And they were so close together, I probably just assumed I was always hitting the same one. Right. A little over 24 minutes. Definitely not a really good Candyland, very bad play on memory, and then a brutal RNG on Chutes and Ladders. But this is definitely a type of game that shouldn't take too long. There's more of these collections on Game Boy Advance. There's probably more versions of board games on different consoles. I don't know if I have any others. I do need to check some of my PS2 games. I have like a word puzzle game and a championship card game thing. Those could be pretty short too, but yeah, I mean, when it's just 3 short board games, obviously it's going to be pretty short.